Everybody's kind of seen the film of the Hindenburg catching on fire and burning up just that quick. That's because it was covered with fabric and nitrate coat. And nitrate, just like old nitrate films, old movie films that catch on fire that burn down a whole building. And it's because it's nitrate. And in the days post-World War II, Stearman crop dusters and everything, they would bond everything together because it wasn't uncommon when they were doing the dusting to get a lot of static electricity from the dust. Before there were liquid chemicals, so it was just dust. Make a lot of static electricity, get a little spark, and then the fabric on the tail feathers catch on fire, and now the fabric's gone on the tail feathers, you don't have control of the air. So all of this was done to bond everything to minimize any effects of static electricity for both that safety factor and for the early radios and everything to try to make it where it's a little more clear on communication. The engines didn't have shielded ignition systems like we do today. So the spark plugs and the magnetos were making all kinds of noise. These airplanes were originally designed to be a commercial airplane. So it had radios, had communications.
How many people were they trying to push into this?
On the standard configuration, which this one is, it's 4 passengers, 1 pilot. Pilot here, the seat's not in, the head would be about this high. Up here, the wing just gets cut off on top. The wing sits here, just gets cut open. So you have 2 seats here, 2 seats here. Toilet, so right there, this particular one, it was Lockheed's very first executive airplane. They documented the head out there, took a lot of photos, a dozen photos of the security. Know exactly what it looks like, down to the little round nail head that holds up. And it's interesting because it has right here, it has a fold out there that folds out and 5 holes to that side. And then a mechanical typewriter that goes, so it's a mechanical typewriter. And then the seat over there lays down at the top. So Mr. Oil Man is going to do business. We posted pictures of Kermit of the interior, typewriter collectors in the world. Said, oh, that's a Corona 1927 Corona Christmas edition, green and gold. It's pretty rare, but I mean, they are out there. So you can found one that had it cleaned up and made mechanical functioning again. So you have the correct typewriter. Yeah, just little weird stuff like that. You know, it's kind of fun. It takes a year to find it. We found just the other day on the interior, it has some strange little. Guys probably been in a car where a car even a tram assist strap, hold on to the loop strap. But this one had these little objects, a ball. I couldn't figure out what they were. We didn't know if they were built specially for the big, because all the other babies had the tiny little loop on the interior. So I kept just bugging old car guys. I finally found a guy in Ohio who said, oh, those are from 1928 Ford Town Sedan. 1 year. And it makes sense, it's 1929 airplanes. They do stuff about the same time. And it's pretty rare. So I've rebuilt a couple of them. Here's a picture of what it looks like. And you can find them in the top of the build. There's a spring inside here and metal clips in the bottom with this little flat ball on it. So then we started searching for that. And we knew what it was. eBay, Lot 5. So we'll send them to that guy, he'll rebuild them for us. They're such a common old thing in these interior photos. And I think they're probably miserable. I mean, imagine you're sitting here, this is in your face all the time. I think that was just me. The later ones use the loop style, and they have a hook up here. They probably did this one. And then it's ready for the next operation. So this is pretty quick. They're machines that are fast. They're machines that'll be cutting metal change the tool and cut metal again in about a second and a half. And so if you're doing production stuff, that's all that tool change time is delayed. It's not making, in a machine shop, they're like, we want to make chips. It's got to be making chips. It's got to be in the cut. For us, it's not as big as a deal.
Okay, who wants to start the program?
It'll be your fault.
Wow. Good now.
Or the angle of the right spot. Now turn it over and shave the other side. So now the part's at the right width. Now it's going to turn. It's going to spot drill for a hole. Doing just a starter spot so the drill bit knows where to go. Like put a little dimple in. And then next we'll switch to a drill bit and drill the hole.
And the liquid's lubricant.
Yeah. You hear the whir? That was the tool changer spinning to the next tool underneath.
Are you able to reuse the tool?
Yeah, it's recycled. Going back to the bottom. Go ahead, just do a little bit of cut there and then we'll stop. So we were still successful to this point on that one. It's about That's not too bad. It's like $30. $30, and this is scratch.
It's supposed to look like what's in the machine.
Yeah, should be that long. There's pieces of it in here somewhere.
I got the pieces.
Yeah. So it goes. It can get exciting in a hurry. But part of this too was we intended to do this last night, prove this out last night, and be ready for you guys to cut another one. You'd be all fancy, pretty. See how easy this is? It just works great, right? And that didn't work. So yeah.
So why can't it go right now?
I need to fix the program.
Yeah,
So
it's programmed to go low, so you have to rerun the program.
So I need to.
But the machine's fine, right?
Machine's fine. Yeah, we can currently do this one. First, you want to run it dry, or you're going to hook the part in? Okay, go and put the part in. We'll do some of this roughing to let you see.
We wouldn't want to see it.
No. Now we'll do it. We'll show tool changes, but we won't wreck it. Hopefully.
So tell us a little bit about this machine, because we've got one that's on tabletop basically, and has belts running and stuff, and it's new to our program. We actually haven't seen, other than a couple of students I've seen trace something. So tell us about your program. Explain a little bit about.
Anybody else want to hold on to this crap? Take a look at it.
Explain a little bit about the axes.
Yeah.
I think they understand that, but how is this machine like a 4 versus a 5 or whatever?
Yeah. So this is get where we can. This is just like the machines you guys have, 3-axis route. This is 3-axis. So this is Y. We're moving in Y right now, and then this is moving in X, and then Z. This one can move the head up. So very similar to how that router works the same way, and then the smaller router, the desktop stuff will do the same thing. So it's X, Y, Z, and all the programming, the G code stuff that's output from the post processor. It's just a series of telling it X, Y, Z moves in space. I want the end of the tool to be here, 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 and it's just a string of code that goes past the screen. And that's all it's doing. It's really simple, going from point to point.
The does the tool in this one, does it only move up and down? And
Yeah.
this axis changes, so
Yeah.
your table changes.
Now we move this in X and Y, and this moves vertically and Z, and then this is the A axis. So in the world of physics, you have everything, including us, have 6 degrees of freedom. X, Y, Z rotational, and then translational. So some combination of all that is us moving through space. So this using A axis rotates around this X axis. If we had a 5-axis machine, it would have a rotation around the B axis as well. So the way that these machines are actually done, yours, you change the tool manually, so you have a 3-axis machine. This one is really in the software, it thinks it has, I think it's 6 or 7 axes. So it has the 3 here, it has this, it has the ability to have that, but for the tool changer, it uses that as an axis as well. So it actually spins the tools, the carousel around to find the tool, and then does the tool change. And then it's ready for the next operation. So this is pretty quick. They're machines that are fast. They're machines that'll be cutting metal, change the tool and cut metal again in about a second and a half. And so if you're doing production stuff, that's all that tool change time is delayed. It's not making, at a machine shop, they're like, we want to make chips. It's got to be making chips. It's got to be in the cut. For us, it's not as big as a deal.
Okay, who wants to start the program?
It'll be your fault. The angle right. Now turn it over and shave the other side. So now the part's right with it. Now it's going to turn. It's going to spot drill for a hole. Doing just a starter spot so the drill bit knows where to go. So I put a little dip in him. And then next we'll switch to a drill bit and drill the hole.
And the length of the loop.
Yeah. You hear the whir? That was the tool changer spinning for the next tool underneath.
Are you able to reuse the door?
Yeah, it's recycled. Going back to the bottom. But just do a little bit of cut there and then we'll stop.